know the sun's sitting fast, just like they say, nothing good ever lasts. Go on now and kiss it goodbye, but hold on to your love because your heart's bound to die. Go on now and say goodbye to our town, to our town. Can't you see the sun sitting down on our town, on our town? Good night. Now I sit on the porch, watch lightning bugs fly. I can't see too good, I got tears in my eyes. I'm leaving tomorrow, but I don't want to go. I love you, my town, you'll always live in my soul. And you know the sun's sitting fast, and just like they say, nothing good ever lasts. Go on now and kiss it goodbye, but hold on to your love because your heart's bound to die. Go on now and say goodbye to our town, to our town. Can't you see the sun sitting down on our town, on our town? Good night.
Good evening and welcome to This Week in Review. Tonight's stories include upgrading of the Community Cemetery Road, close encounter with moose, World Lions Day. These stories plus community events, the BBS Playbill, Off the Rack, and more coming up after this.
Little things you do that you think are small and few are the things that mean the most to me. So just keep giving whatever you're giving, 'cause even when you're giving just a little,
if you're doing just a little, you're helping a lot.
it helps a lot.
From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
It helps a lot.
On Friday of last week, work began on upgrading the Community Cemetery Road. South Coast Construction began dumping fill on the Community Cemetery Road on Friday, October the 3rd. Before dumping the fill, the road was made a little wider in some places. There were a couple of spots in the road that needed to be fixed up. About halfway up the hill there was a sizable dip, and the road was leaning towards the pond. As well, in several spots, bare bedrock had been exposed. All of these problems have been upgraded. When we visited the site, Lou was waiting for another load of fill. John Randall was busy working on raking some of the fill into some spots. Once all this fill had been graded, a load of grade A fill will complete the job. On Sunday, October the 5th, we received a phone call from Bernice Spencer telling us about an episode she had with a moose. On Sunday morning at approximately 10:45 a.m., Bernice went outside to get her dog who was barking. About halfway up the path to where the dog was tied on, Bernice looked up and saw a 4-year bull moose galloping towards her. Bernice described it as a very frightening experience. The moose jumped over the dog, the clothesline pole, and continued to run around the corner of the house. He made a mad dash for the back of the house where he jumped in the water and swam towards Aunt's Island. By the time we arrived, Bernice had calmed down and showed us the direction the moose was running. Since Sunday, many residents have spotted the moose on Aunt's Island. On Wednesday of this week, the Lions and Lioness celebrated World Lions Day. To celebrate World Lions Day, the Lions and Lioness invited all seniors, widows, widowers, and visiting seniors to a hot roast beef supper. Free transportation was included in the invitation. Once the guests arrived, they were given a ticket to a door prize. This was drawn after supper and was won by Elizabeth Anderson. Approximately 98 people attended. Diane Kendall, MC for the evening, welcomed everyone and invited Reverend Idle to say grace over the meal. When everyone was enjoying tea and dessert, Diane asked King Lion Tony Bungay to address the guests. Lioness President Patricia Sims welcomed everyone and thanked them for coming out to help celebrate World Lions Day and wished them a good evening. Deputy Mayor Reid brought greetings from the town. Our MHA, the Honourable Calvin Parsons, also spoke to the seniors. Like any politician during an election, Mr. Parsons took advantage and spoke briefly to the seniors.
And probably on a serious note for a second, as a province, we devote 1/3 of the complete budget in this province right now to health care. That's not only for seniors, but that's for everybody. We have a budget of about $3.4 billion in the province. And 1/3 of every dollar goes right now to health care. And a large portion of that, of course, goes to looking after seniors as well. But it seems we never spend enough because there's always a need. We don't have enough home care. We have some, and I met some people today who are receiving home care. But there's no way we can allow home care to be decreased. We don't have enough people who can avail of drug plans in this province. And it's also committed, if you notice in the little pamphlet that I handed out today, that we plan to have a drug plan for all seniors who are over 65, and I think it's long overdue. And there's never enough equipment, of course, and nursing staff to look after everyone's needs. And accommodations are going to become an even bigger issue. As our children grow older and as employment opportunities do not exist in rural communities, many of our younger ones who traditionally would be there to look after us, they're not there. So we need home care to provide for that void, and we need senior citizens' homes and things to help out for us. So there's no way that we should accept anything less than what you need. In any case, I'm there to help out any way that I can. I hope I'm there to help you out after October the 21st. But regardless if I'm the MHA or not after October the 21st, you know you can count on me in any case. God bless.
The very respected Mr. George Childs was invited to entertain everyone with a few jokes. Everyone enjoyed it very much. After the laughter died down, the eldest male senior, Harvey Ingram, and the eldest female senior, Pearl Warren, cut the cake. They were also presented with gifts from the Lions President Tony Bungay and the Lioness President Patricia Sims. Reverend Sellers concluded the meal with return thanks. While the Lions and Lioness were cleaning up, the seniors enjoyed a few hands of cards. With 710 points, the first place winner was Barbara Green. Second place went to Ted Anderson with 635 points. Georgina Buckland won third prize with 330 points. Then the lights were turned down low and the music turned up for the seniors to enjoy some dancing. A&A Disco played a variety of music including the Newfie Waltz, country, and the ever-popular Newfie Step Dance.
She never see again. She knew that those that strangers soon would take her home. In less than half an hour, once she felt the dreadful note. Well, in her she got angry when she heard about the loss. She said she got the robbers, no matter what the cost. Next morning, just as sunrise, she to the office went, and to the RCMP a telegram she sent.
On Thursday of this week, the community of Burgeo celebrated the grand opening of our new school, Burgeo Academy. The turnout for the opening was fantastic. Miss Doreen Benoit reported that there were seating for 415 people in the gym. It was calculated that there were well over 100 people standing. This show of support was overwhelming. Things got underway with the entry of the Sea Cadet Band playing a few tunes. Mr. Dennis Parsons, Director of Education and MC for the event, introduced everyone on stage. The school junior and senior choir, led by Rebecca Young, sang "O Canada." Next up, Miss Doreen Benoit, and Principal of Burgeo Academy, followed by the Vice Principal, Corey Penny's remarks. Mr. Wayne Vivian, a teacher at the school, prepared a slide presentation in honor of the grand opening. After the slide presentation, Mr. John Dolomont, chairman of the Cormac Trail School Board, addressed the audience. Reverend Arison Idle and Reverend Dean Sellers officiated the dedication of the new school. Up next was the K3 choir. Next on the agenda was the speakers, starting with our MHA, the Honorable Calvin Parsons, and Mr. Eric Burry, Assistant Deputy Minister of Education. Greetings and best wishes came from MP Bell Matthews, NLTA Representative Fred Douglas, Deputy Mayor George Reed, Dina Marsden, School Council Representative, and Ingrid Strickland, Student Council President. The junior and senior choir entertained the audience with a song. Next on the agenda was the presentation of keys. The architect of the school and the contractor that carried out construction presented the keys to Mr. John Dolomont, chair of the Cormac Trail School Board. Mr. Dolomont in turn presented them immediately to Mrs. Doreen Benoit. The ribbon cutting and cake cutting ceremonies followed.
Event in the dedication of the school and the official opening. I'd like to call upon your MHA, Mr. Calvin Parsons, to come to center stage, please. And are we doing this on stage or down? Oh, I'm sorry. If you could come through to the down in front, and to joining Mr. Parsons, I'd like to call upon Board Chair Mr. Dolomont, Mr. Matthews, and Representative Mr. Reed, Mr. Burry. I'd also like to call forward these students from kindergarten, E.J. Scott, from grade 1, Michelle Ingram, from grade 2, Emily Mead, from grade 3, Jordan Han, grade 4, Tyson Cutler, grade 5, Christopher Billard, grade 6, Zachary Clothier, grade 7, Jeremy Han, grade 8, Danielle Strickland, grade 9, Krista Courtney, level 1, Wade Snooks, level 2, Roger Spencer, and level 3, Victor Benight. If you folks would come forward, someone's going to be giving you a red ribbon, and they're going to equip you with some scissors. can't cut until we get to the count of 3. We would have had them on stage, but we couldn't get them all across the front of the stage. So if anybody wants to get a picture, you can come forward. We'll pause. We're going to declare this school, this beautiful facility, officially open on the count of 3. 1, 3. We're next going to move to the cutting of the cake, and so I'll ask the folks who are down front in terms of Mr. Donovan, Parsons, Matthews, and Mr. Reed. You should be there too. And joining you folks are going to be from kindergarten, Gavin Clothier, and Gavin happens to be the youngest student in the school. And I suspect the proudest young man in the building. And also from level 3, and I guess this would be on the other end of the student spectrum, from level 3, Cammie Walsh. Would you come forward, Cammie? Okay, here's Cammie. Again, we'll pause for realizing that it is down front. Anybody who wants to come forward and get a picture. So again, on the count of 3.
Megan Foote extended thanks on behalf of the Student Council. The event concluded with Ode to Newfoundland led by Melissa Billard and the choirs, and dismissal of the students and invited guests. The grand opening of Burgeo Academy will be shown in its entirety at a later date. Stay tuned for more of This Week in Review coming up after this.
Dear Mrs. Coleman, you don't know me, but I know you know my old red house at the end of the lane. Please forgive me for tracking you down, but I had to thank you. I'm not sure what inspired your kindness. Oh, it's a godsend. Since my wretched hip surgery, just getting to the end of the lane and back takes nearly half an hour, and sometimes the pain just isn't worth it. You brought me something much more important than newspapers. You brought me the understanding that it's the small, the simple things that really help people.
If you're doing just a little, you're helping a lot. From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
October the 5th to the 11th is Fire Prevention Week. This year's theme was When Fire Strikes, Get Out, Stay Out. The fire department started the week with fire safety messages on Community Channel 10. They also had 3 videos that aired at various times on the Community Channel. Members of the fire department had set up information booths in some businesses around town. Residents could pick up a wide variety of literature about fire prevention. On Tuesday, the fire department did a fire drill at the school. The firefighters were very pleased with the results. All students and teachers exited the school very quickly. In about 2 minutes, everyone was in their safety zones. Attendance was taken and Mrs. Benoit rang the bell signaling that it was okay to return to the building. Fireman Dave Billard made arrangements to do a presentation with the kindergarten class, which will go ahead next week. The kindergarten class will also be visiting the fire hall. Because many of the firemen has other commitments, fire drills at the seniors complex and the Calder Health Care Center will take place next week. The fire department has offered any residents with questions to contact any member of the department or to drop by the fire hall. On Wednesday of this week, the Department of Education announced online tutoring for students taking the math supplementary in November. The Department of Education, through its Center for Distance Learning and Innovation, is pleased to announce that online tutorial sessions with a mathematical specialist teacher has been established to support students who are preparing for the supplementary exams in Math 3204. Beginning immediately, a tutor will be available online from 7 to 9 p.m. Tuesday through Thursday until November the 12th, the date scheduled for the Math 3204 supplementary. We are pleased to be able to make this service available to students who have chosen to upgrade their math mark through the supplementary examination, said Minister Reed. We offer tutorial sessions throughout the spring in various subjects, and this summer also saw a tutorial for those students writing supplementary Math 3204 exams in August. The feedback we received about tutoring service was extremely positive. I encourage all students who plan to write November supplementary exams to log on and avail of these valuable instructional opportunities, said Mr. Reed. Center for Distance Learning and Innovation, which was established in October 2002, enables students in rural and remote regions of our province to access high school courses and programs which are previously unavailable to them. In 2003-2004, 25 high school courses are being offered to students at 95 sites throughout Newfoundland and Labrador. For more information, you can log on at the website at www.cdli.ca or by calling the helpline at 1-888-836-3559. On Tuesday, September 30th, the RCMP put a news release on Community Channel 10 concerning a break and entry at the A.J. Matthews SJCH school. The RCMP asked for assistance. Anyone with information was asked to call the RCMP office. Between 2 and 2:30 p.m. on Wednesday, October the 8th, our office received a call telling us that the computer stolen during the break and entry was recovered. The computer was discovered in the water off Fisherman's Wharf. The RCMP were contacted. We hope the RCMP are successful in apprehending the culprit. Stay with us for Off the Rack, the community events, and the BBS Playbill, all after this.
A wetland gift from Ducks Unlimited Canada.
Off the Rack. This week, as we scanned our tape rack, we came across a helicopter tour of Greenwich Brook. Let's look back to July 1988.
Good evening. Welcome to the community events segment of tonight's broadcast. I'm Rebecca Young. The Burgeo Lioness will be having TV bingo on Wednesday, October 15th at 7 p.m. One game for $300. Cards are $1 each, or $6 or $5, and are available from any Lioness member and are in most stores around town. Please support the Lioness and Platt TV bingo. The public health nurse, Darlene Strickland, along with her volunteers, are planning another Heart Health Lifestyle Clinic on Wednesday, October 22nd from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Calder Health Care Center. This is a drop-in clinic where you can get your blood pressure, blood glucose, and body mass index checked. There will also be information on how to keep your heart healthy. Everyone is welcome to attend, and there will be prizes to be won. If you would like more information, please call Darlene at 886-3360. The Anglican Church Vestry will be having their Harvest Festival and Cold Plate Supper on Monday, October 13th in the Parish Hall. Sale starts at 1:30 p.m. The Canadian Cancer Society has Christmas cards depicting scenes by Newfoundland artists. Support a worthwhile cause and send beautiful Christmas cards and warm greetings to family and friends at the same time. To purchase cards, call 634-6542 or 1-866-545-9533. Upcoming events. The Anglican Church Workers are planning a variety concert for later this fall. We will have more details later. The Anglican Church has also planned a prayer brunch for Saturday, November 22nd. We will bring you more details about this event as well. A cancer support group is being set up by facilitators of the Canadian Cancer Society. Living with cancer can be a very challenging time in anyone's life. In a support group setting, individuals can share stories, information, and coping strategies. They often discover strengths and comfort in the company of people who have experienced some of what they are going through. This support group is open to both men and women. We will be meeting once a month at the CHCC conference room. There is no charge to attend, and everything is kept confidential. If you or someone you know has cancer, you are encouraged to come out and meet others who have been there. For more information, please call Brenda Strickland at 886-2121, Glenda Ricketts at 886-3306, or Reverend Harrison Heidel at 886-2289. If your group or organization has an upcoming event planned, we will be happy to advertise it for you. Just call the BBS office by Wednesday of each week to have items included in this portion of our broadcast. That concludes the community event segment of tonight's broadcast. See you next week.
BBS Playbill. Tune in on Tuesday for a rebroadcast of Pansy's Garden. Try your luck on Wednesday by playing Lioness TV Bingo. On Thursday, we will have a rebroadcast of entertainment from the Sand and Sea Festival with Roger Murphy. Join Pansy and the gang for 2 stories, a craft, and lots of fun on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on Pansy's Garden. And I'll be here again next week with This Week in Review. Please stay tuned now for entertainment from the Sand and Sea Festival with Roger Murphy. For This Week in Review, I'm Marie Rose. Good night and God bless.